Hey guys, Matt.
Mike.
And this is our 2020 $20 challenge wrap up in a year that just totally got blown.
We started out super strong and then
we had
COVID happened and then the whole challenge kind of didn't happen for a little while, like because Pennsylvania was on a pretty harsh lockdown for what, 3 months?
Yeah.
Where like nothing happened. So luckily at the end of the year we both kind of picked up steam a little bit. Somebody did a lot more steam than others.
Hi, that's me.
But it turned out pretty well still for like going through this year. It was a little tough, but I think it did pretty good.
Yeah, so for anybody that's maybe didn't watch this series from the beginning of the year or you joined our channel later in the year, basically the idea was I get a lot of messages, we get a lot of messages of people or comments, people that are the must be nice guys. Must be nice to have daddy's money. Must be nice to be able to buy this or have all these cars. Well, Mike and I both, have hustled to get most of the stuff that we have, the toys that we, different things. And I wanted to show the most simplest form of how you can do this. So we started at the beginning of the year with $20. Mike and I started with like the most basic thing that anybody can do. We went on Facebook Marketplace, we went on Craigslist and bought something for $20, and then we kept flipping and flipping till we got enough money to start buying bigger purchases. And I wanted to show you guys and be open about what we bought. Now, there's some stuff along the way that we both couldn't count, where we go to estates, we buy things privately, the family doesn't want us to talk about what we bought, or we just didn't count it because it got confusing. But the stuff that we bought for the 2020 challenge in mind, we knew that we could go and buy anywhere, so we weren't cheating. Like, if we get a call about a private estate that Mike and I can go to, well, that's because of this channel, or the networking we do. Pretty much all the stuff that we both bought is stuff that you can do. So go to public auctions, go to flea markets, search Craigslist, Facebook Marketplace. So all of these purchases that we're including are just that. So imagine all the stuff, once you can do it more, that you can build and buy stupid things or get where you need to be, or wherever. So this is like a life lesson, if you want to call it that.
The hardest thing of this entire challenge though was literally keeping track.
Yeah.
It was so hard because towards the end there we started buying, not a lot, but buying so much stuff that like something you bought 7 months ago sells in October.
Yep.
And you're like, well, what did I pay for that? And trying to keep notes of everything was kind of a pain in the neck. Definitely, I have a notepad where I was like, as soon as I would buy something, I would subtract it. As soon as it would sell, I would add it. Because it was just like, if I didn't write it down, I have a terrible, terrible memory. There was no way I'd just be like, I don't remember what I paid for this.
And then me, on the other hand, it's all up here, sort of, which is not a good thing. So like, as we were just getting ready to shoot this, I'm like, oh crap, there was that box of distributors I sold for like $300.
Yeah.
Oh, let me add that. It was great for me, but like, I probably also forgot a bunch of things that I sold. Like, a guy came by locally, bought something that was from, I like to buy in bulk, so I go to public auctions and I'll buy a truckload instead of one item. So there's some stuff that we probably missed along the way, but we definitely got the point across that you can buy things to get where you wanted to get. So the goal for both of us in the beginning of the year was, I wanted to buy a new car trailer, and I sort of cheated and bought an enclosed trailer earlier in the year because a deal came up, but that was just because of all the COVID stuff going on, just the right deal came up. You wanted to buy a project car.
Yeah, so my goal for the end of it was to buy a project car. Now, I kind of got close to being able to buy one, but my wife and I are now expecting another kid, a baby girl. So my hot rod money is now doing stuff to the house to prepare. So hopefully in next year, 2021, I'll be able to find a project and use some of my 2020 challenge money to buy that and maybe get started on.
That'd be that's a pretty good excuse if I'd say it to anyone. So without further ado, let's go over some of our highlights from what we've done since the last video, which has been like, what, 6 months?
August, we did it in August, so it's been like 5 months.
5 months, and then some of the highlights and different things that are kind of funny, or big flips that we did and different stuff like that, so we can talk about all of that. So you want to do yours?
Yeah, so basically, trying to think back to August. So since then I bought some beer signs. Actually, all the beer cans that I bought, I had like 1,200 beer cans. I like packaged them all up and I unloaded them to one crazy person for $20 or $40. I have to look, I don't really remember. But it's a funny story. I had them all in like paper boxes, and he came in a Nissan Altima which is a sedan, and picked up 1,200 beer cans, and his car was literally full, and there was enough room for him to sit in it and drive home. The passenger seat was full everywhere.
But he was probably another flipper.
No, he actually, his
he's
basement walls are just filled.
Oh.
He was just, I sold stuff to him years ago, and he was like, yeah, I've just been slowly filling, his whole basement is a bar, and the walls are just beer cans.
Holy moly.
Yeah,
Okay,
I was like,
never mind.
perfect dude. They're all yours. Now, I did sell some of the higher end. Obviously, I sold that one for $1,500, and I've been slowly selling stuff for like $10, $20. Some of the beer trays, I bought a Hamm's bar light and a Gretsch bar light for $300, and I sold the Hams for $450 and the Gretsch for $350. I bought 2 cigarette signs. I think I paid $60 for them for the pair, and I sold each one for $75. So I've been doing a lot of little purchases like that, $100 here, $100 there. Nothing too exciting. Still have my son Nate during the week, so it's hard to go to auctions with a 2-year-old. I'd be buying everything because his hand would just be doing this.
Yep.
So grand total, can I do the grand total for myself? Or
Yeah,
should we
sure,
wait?
why not?
So I'm at $4,500 and change. There's a little bit extra. I'm not 100% sure on exact, but $4,500 I think, and 20 bucks. So I did pretty good for starting with a $20 bill.
And a
this year.
pandemic.
And a pandemic, yes. So
But that's it. But to be fair, if you didn't have a child coming,
Yeah.
Mike could buy a pretty decent Model A coupe body, or maybe a kind of crappy roadster body for what he has. I mean,
Yep.
or you could probably buy a complete Model A Tudor
Yep.
if you search for $4,500. Mike's right in that range of getting
Yeah, I
an
mean-
entry-level project car.
Yeah, or even going a little bit later, like a 47 or something like that. You
Oh,
could
yeah.
buy a really nice 47 project for $4,500.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I mean, there's options out there. I mean, $4,500 isn't going to get me a 33 or 34 or a 32, but I mean, it'll get me. Yeah, you never know, but it could get me into a nice project that doesn't require hours and hours of metal work.
Yeah, so you did.
I did
well.
decent.
So I decided to start trying at the end of the year, and or not the end of the year, just after August, I started, things started to open up a little bit in Pennsylvania, and we could do auctions.
Dude, there's so many auctions in like
Yeah.
a 3-month span. Everything that was spread over this year was just crammed into 3 months.
Yeah, and I actually skipped out on some auctions just because I was trying to focus on getting some cars, and then I made some bigger purchases that was my own money, that 2020, to buy some different stuff that just took priority, obviously. But so a few highlights of stuff, and we did some videos on it. So one of the first ones I would say is...
After that video would be the Jersey auction.
Yeah, so we did that auction. It was in Ringo's, I think is how you say it, online auction where you saw us go. I bought the $1 scrap pile filled with like Olds rears and front axles and all that stuff. And I bought obviously a bunch of other stuff in that auction. I spent like, I think it was like $1,700. I paid that off within a week by selling like a couple of bumpers, a couple of transmissions, and some odds and ends, and then from there it's just been a slow burn. So the biggest thing was the front axles that I bought. I still have like all those front axles, but my dad helping me, I had him pull every set of spindles and every set of juice brakes off of those, and I think I made like $900 off of all those spindles and vacuum plates, and I still have all that stuff sitting. I sold all the Olds rears in one shot. I gave a guy a killer deal. I think it was $300 or something like that. I know it was too cheap. People are probably screaming, but it wasn't my wheelhouse, and they were big and heavy. The guy showed interest. I made him leave, and he bought some other stuff that wasn't related.
Did you deduct your dad's labor for taking those apart?
No, because he was working on other stuff. That doesn't. We'll leave that alone. Okay, we'll take $200 off this end price. Doesn't
Okay.
matter.
I'm just trying to keep it fair, everybody.
Okay. Anyways, so we did that, and then we did another great kind of funny one was I was traveling. Oh, okay. So I did the I did the Illinois auction where I went to that I was hoping to buy
That Zephyr.
that Zephyr, but then I bought this car like 2 days before, so I didn't have the money to buy the Zephyr because I bought this car, and I was now $10,000 short and to even try. And So I bought all that stuff at that auction. I did really well. I bought some stuff that was like, I bought it with 2020 money, but I was thinking about keeping it, so I bought that Duval windshield that,
No, the
Auburn, I'm sorry.
Speedster.
Auburn Speedster windshield that I paid $700 for, and I decided after test fitting that I didn't want to keep it, so I sold that for $1,200 on eBay, and I bought a bunch of other stuff. I sold like a big box of Lincoln distributors to one guy that redoes them for a sweet deal. I think it was like $300 or something like that.
The wheels.
I sold the red 35 wires to a guy from Germany that's buying a bunch of stuff for me, has a pile. I sold them to him. So I made quite a bit of money off that auction. Then while I was on the plane about to fly home, Kate was at our local flea market here. There's a little just weekend flea market that I don't really go to that much anymore, but she goes every now and then for fun. She went there and there was a 23 to 25 turtle deck like we have on the free tee. And then there was also 39 Deluxe grill. And I have both of those cars. And she sent me a text as I'm literally about to take off on the plane. We're texting. She goes, "These look pretty good. The guy wants $30 a piece for them." I'm like, buy.
Well, first you tried to haggle.
Oh yeah, I told her to haggle and try and get it for 50 for both. Guy said no way. So then Kate bought them for 60. And the guy said, "What the heck are you gonna do with those things? You even know what they are?" And she just laughed as she walked off. And we sold those, I'd have to look at our price, but I think we got like $350 for one, $250 for the other. I forget the list. There was so much stuff, but I split the profit with it. I ended up getting basically $200 out of the deal, and Kate got the rest of the profit. I sold them and shipped everything for her, so she was really psyched, and that was a quick little moneymaker. And then, let's see, I bought some stuff at Carlisle, resold that, nothing too exciting. And then the last thing was I went to a sale, an auction in Kutztown, just like maybe a month ago. There was just a sale at a local farmer's market type deal, but they brought all the product or the items from a guy's estate. There was a lot of tractors in it, but he was also into classic cars, and if you really knew what you were buying, there was actually some really big flips there. So I went to that auction because there was a flea market the same day that a lot of my friends were going to, and I was like, let me gamble and go to this. So I went to that, and some of the highlights from that sale were there was a 3839 Ford cab-over grill, like a bullnose or track nose style grill. Really rare. I've never seen another one for the cab-over. I bought that for like, I don't know, it was maybe $30 or $40, I think, or something like that. I sold it for $1,200. A guy out in Pittsburgh that buys and sells the cab-over stuff, he bought that. That was a nice flip. Another thing I bought that was pretty awesome is for $1. I bought a Lincoln 39 Lincoln Zephyr center console, for lack of a better word, but a waterfall bottom part of the dash. I bought that for $1, sold it for $950, so that was a nice little markup. Anyways, bunch of great stuff. Made a bunch of money on that.
The AA truck.
Oh, and the AA truck. That was the other huge thing.
A lot of people have been asking what happened to it.
Yeah, so the AA truck I sold. I went there to look at it. I told the family up front that it wasn't something I was buying to keep forever. And I bought that thing, and there was so much interest. I was going to get it running and driving and sell it in the spring for more money. But basically, we had so much interest. We literally had guys like not fighting over it, but guys who were very passionate about getting it. There was a guy locally that wanted to get into the Model A club and buy one of these, and he was very interested. He hit me up. We struck a price, and I ended up selling that thing, and I got that. So we bought the truck, and I bought the motorcycle, the little Harley motorcycle, for $25.50 is what I paid. Or no, I'm sorry.
Yeah. It was $25.50.
Was it? All right, so I had a brain fart. I thought I paid a different amount. $25.50 is what I paid for the truck and the little fake Harley Davidson, my first Harley. I offloaded my first Harley.
Yep.
Before I got my leather jacket and chaps and all that stuff. So I bought that stuff for $25.50. I ended up selling everything for $6,500. So I made 35.
Yeah. No.
50.
Yeah.
35.50.
I'll put the number here because we're both dumb.
Yeah, anyways, a lot of numbers. So, with all that being said, all the stuff I sold and bought and sold along the way, I am at...
Well, preface, the last video we did in August, he was at 4,860?
Yeah.
So he was at 4,800.
I ended with $15,866.50.
And that 50 cents he's carried with him
From the first
from the very first purchase.
Damn it! So I couldn't sell anything for 50 cents to make...
Or buy anything for, buy anything for 50 cents
Yeah.
to round you back down.
So, yeah, so I did, and so basically, like, a lot of the year, I was not counting a lot of the stuff I was buying and selling, so it was just like a few big purchases where I went to auctions, did whatever, and then, you know, of course, I got to the level where I had 4 or 5 grand, and I could buy a vehicle and turn it over and make a bunch of money, and then that's the whole idea. Start small, work your way up, and then eventually you get to the point where you're like, you can just buy cars or different things like that. And this was all play money that, like, we started with $20 and we weren't touching our own money to buy this stuff. So it made it kind of nice because you could buy something like that windshield I bought, the Auburn windshield, and it took me a month or two to sell the thing, but I wasn't worried about it because that was money that was just, you know, sitting there. So it worked really well. So in a roundabout way, I picked up the slack and I bought a 33 Ford and a car trailer, and I have like $500 left over or something like that.
Yep.
To like $2,000.
I'll live vicariously through Matt for the rest of the year.
Yeah, so that is kind of our wrap up for the 2020 challenge. It was really, really fun to do all this. Hopefully some of you guys and gals were following along. We had some people that mentioned that they were doing the challenge, and I think we might try and do one for 2021 that'll be really fun because it seems to be fun for people to follow along, and maybe some people can join in and we can buy and sell from each other.
Do we start with $21 this year?
Yeah, or should we start with less?
If you have any ideas for us for a challenge,
For 2021,
Yeah.
we could do it. We could do the $21 challenge. It doesn't matter, but I think it's a fun way to do this, and this is how we fund all of this hobby. I say it over and over again. I am not a rich person. I just do a lot of legwork.
look at the sweatshirt he's
I
wearing.
definitely don't buy clothes with my money. I did buy new boots. Finally, that's what I bought my extra 2021 or 2020 money. Is I bought a fresh pair of boots.
His feet will no longer get wet.
Yeah, so that is a fun challenge, a wrap up for this year. I appreciate everybody's following along. I apologize that we just didn't get to jump in and do as many updates as we had hoped because of the pandemic stuff. It made it really difficult. We're hoping maybe next year that we can do that and do it again and do some updates. It'll be really fun, and hopefully you guys can jump in and join as well and give us some updates along the way. So thank you guys. It's been a great time. I hope you had a good year of buying and selling and enjoying this hobby. And thank you guys. Catch you later.